isn't laziness. It's actually an emotional regulation issue. It's the avoidance of emotional pain. It's often caused by fear of judgment or perfectionism. These are very often inner child issues. If you've grown up learning that love is conditional, or pushed to be perfect, always best grades, when you need to do a task, those old wounds can come up and cause you to suffer emotional pain, anxiety, and then that leads to procrastination, putting off what you need to be doing anything you can to avoid what needs to be done. So in tonight's live stream, we're going to talk about procrastination. We're going to talk about ways that you can start to overcome it. And strategy to address anxiety and address those procrastination issues you've been experiencing. First of all, you want to identify the trigger. When you feel that avoidance, when you need to do something and decide that you'll scroll on Facebook or make coffee or something instead, you need to identify what it is that you're actually avoiding. What am I truly afraid of right now? Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of criticism, judgment? What is it that you're actually worried about? Then decouple the emotion you're experiencing from the task. Remind yourself, I don't have to feel motivated to start, I just have to start. And that brings us on to our second strategy, the 5-minute rule. Whatever you're procrastinating over, tell yourself, I'm going to give this 5 minutes. I'm going to do this task 5 minutes. Once you get started doing the task, you're easy. You complete it, and then you look back on it and you think, wow, what was I worried about? What was the big issue? That was no problem. You may even find that you quite enjoyed doing it. And the more you do that and you complete a task successfully, the more you'll start to notice those procrastination issues reduce, the less you'll find yourself procrastinating. Another thing you can do is to break down the tasks. Take a big task and then break it down into smaller segments. Segments so small that completing them is like unnoticeable. For example, if you had to write a 10,000 word essay, you might break it down into 500 word segments. You might say, okay, I'll do 500 words and then I'll go for a walk or whatever, or I'll come back tomorrow and do another 500 words. So you're making it into smaller chunks, bite-sized chunks, and then you'll feel less overwhelming. You could also create a schedule, a plan of what you'll do when those bricks will fit into your day or week or whatever the time frame that you're completing this task or project over is. Focus on consistency, not intensity. So focus on consistently doing the thing, not you know doing the thing all at once, or doing the thing perfectly. As I said, break it down, maybe set a schedule and focus on keeping to that schedule, completing those bricks. You'll find it much easier. You'll find your anxiety, overwhelm about the task really begins to reduce. Something else you can do if you struggle with emotional regulation, if you struggle with anxiety, go to my website, markstubbles.com, where you can download 2 free workbooks. The first free workbook is my inner child healing workbook. The second workbook is my depression and anxiety workbook. In those workbooks, you're going to find all kinds of exercises to help you get in touch with your emotions, to overcome childhood wounds, maybe childhood wounds caused by critical parents or teachers or bullies, and you'll start to release that trauma. You'll start to reconnect with those emotions, and you'll stop procrastinating over the things that used to trigger those bad memories and emotions. Something else you can do, another thing you're going to find in the workbooks, is the emotional intelligence exercise. So what you want to do is set an alarm on your phone or whatever. Most of us have a phone that we carry around with us all the time, and it always has an alarm setting on it. So set an alarm to go off 4 or 5 times a day. When that alarm goes off, check in with yourself. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Take a SUD score, say on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not too bad, 10 being terrible. How bad is this feeling right now? What caused the feeling? What increases the feeling? What reduces the feeling? What thoughts relate to the feeling? And in the depression and anxiety workbook, you're going to find an emotion wheel which will help you be really specific about your emotions. For it to be successful, you want to be as specific as you can be. Download those workbooks. You'll find that exercise. The more you do that exercise, the more you'll reconnect with your emotions. And when something does come up, when you do find something triggering or something bringing up negative emotions in you, you'll find yourself running through that exercise naturally, and you'll start to overcome those blocks. By taking the SUD score, you're externalizing the emotion. You're not your emotions. Emotions are meant to be like warning lights on a car dashboard. They're meant to serve a purpose, to let you know that something's wrong. When you're driving along, a light comes on your car dashboard, you take notice of that. You say, oh, I need to service. You don't try and cover it up. You don't try and ignore it. You just take the information conveying to you, and you deal with it as you need to. Emotions are meant to work the same way. So getting in touch with your emotions, you'll find that they stop bothering you, they stop being problematic. What resists not only persists but becomes stronger. So the more you start to connect with them, the less you'll be resisting them, the less intense and troublesome they'll be, the less you will procrastinate. I think that that's covered everything I wanted to cover in tonight's live stream. Just to say, if you do slip up and procrastinate over something one day, don't judge yourself, don't beat yourself up. Just try the techniques I've spoken about in this video and do them the next day. I think that's everything. Every time you choose to use one of these strategies, every time you click down on the task, you're choosing action over avoidance. And like I said, the more you do that, the easier it will become to get stuff completed, the less you'll find procrastination is an issue for you. Let me know what you think. Let me know which of the techniques you'll be putting into practice, and if you find one of these techniques, maybe you'll put them all into practice, see which one you like best, which one is particularly beneficial for you. Let me know which technique you find to be most effective. Thank you for watching, and good night.